Now, please, let me advise you. As a young man, as a young woman, grow large in your spirit. Grow very large. Give yourself to fasting. Give yourself to prayer now.
In a realm where time has no authority. Are you still with me? That was why Jesus did not spare John. I'd like us to go back to the encounters John had. And maybe you'll find yours there. Come with me. I think, oh, my time is up. My time is up. I think I need to explain to us this Alpha Omega idea. Hinn is one of the ministers that God used mightily to shape my life, shape my faith, shape my walk with God. I followed him like a very, very critical student of his. So much so that many years ago I used to wear white suits. Right? Hinn. And it will interest you to know that those days are back because God said, pick up those white suits again, pick them up. So when I was in Zimbabwe, I tried one out. Tried one out. And it was explosive in Zimbabwe. Amen. Some of you saw it. Yes. It was explosive in Zimbabwe. So the days of the white suit are back. Okay. So one of these days you will see me in one in London. Yes. So I was influenced by his ministry so much. And one of those days, he used to do this program. I don't know if he still does it. This is your day on TBN. So one of those days, they didn't have the opportunity to be in the studio. And it will interest you to know that This Is Your Day program is aired 2 weeks of post-production after the studio time. Unfortunately, he wasn't around for studio time one of those days. So the production manager now asked, okay, what do we do with the time? I said, okay, play an old tape. And the old tape that the manager picked was surprisingly not the kind of tape that he was supposed to pick because it was not professional for him to pick that tape. The reason was because he gave a specific word of knowledge in the tape about a woman. Put it on yellow. She was sitting on a couch. Her name was Phoebe. She had cancer, and the Lord was healing her. That was too specific to be a tape you just want to use for replacement. But 15 minutes after the airing of this old tape, then a lady called Phoebe now calls him. That I'm the woman you spoke about, and I've been diagnosed of cancer. I was put on yellow, and I was just in the description of what you said. And when you spoke about the healing, Hinn was not on seat. Do you understand what I'm talking about? When you spoke about the healing, I felt a burning sensation. And the cancer burns, the cancer pains, they all disappear. So I'm calling him to testify. And then the production manager knew it was an old tape. So my question to you is, was that an old tape? The man that was walking behind the tape was a man that was not in time. He doesn't recognize old or new. That's what I mean by Alpha Omega. It's not time-based. Oh my God. And many of you, most of you in this place, my message that you heard that inspired you was an old tape. But what happened to you was not old. Good. So we have seen many people. I was in Uganda and God broke out like a plague. And when I left Uganda, some radio stations picked the messages, put it on their station and began to broadcast it on their frequency. Do you know that we were still getting testimonies from the radio message, healings from the radio message? Then I was no longer in Uganda. I had gone home. And I was probably not praying. I was sleeping. But there was something on the tape that was not time-based. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Good. Now you are coming. So since I got your attention, Don't take it away anymore. Do you realize that the Bible says that a day with God is like 1,000 years? What's the meaning of that? It means that the shelf life of a moment you secure with God, that moment can run for 1,000 years. That moment that you secure. Oh my God, you are not with me. Do you still remember Apostle Paul in the book of Acts chapter 26? He secured the moment. He had an encounter with Jesus on the way to Damascus. And he testified about his encounter with Jesus. He said, I was not disobedient to the heavenly vision. It means that moment of encounter was still alive.